Despite the high poverty levels in Uganda, the Pearl of Africa continues to open her doors to desperate humanity. Currently, Uganda hosts 1.6 million refugees in settlements. On the 25th of August this year, Uganda welcomed 51 Afghan evacuees on the request of the United States government. This follows Taliban takeover that saw unrest in Afghanistan.
1, 2, 3.
But what does this imply for Uganda? The matter came up on the floor of parliament, and this is what legislators had to say.
We are reading on social media that Uganda plans to host more than 2,000 refugees from Afghan. Right Honourable Speaker, we would like to raise the following. Aware that currently Uganda is the country hosting the largest number of refugees in Africa. Right Honourable Speaker, we are the third world. We are number 3 in the whole world as a country hosting refugees.
Right Honourable Speaker, Uganda is a signatory to refugee conventions, and we have not yet renounced our obligations under that treaty, the refugee conventions. And the Honorable Anywa is talking about Muslim friends. I am talking about the law and the position of Uganda. We are bound under treaty law, under the concept of Pacta Santa Servanda, to host the refugees, because we have obligations under the refugee conventions. Is the honorable member in order to question Uganda's ability to host refugees, yet we have an obligation under the refugee conventions? Is he in order?
We have a prerogative to do the same for the Afghans who are seeking asylum in our country.
But we also don't want to overstretch, and especially now that we have come even to conditions where you find that communities of Ugandans are starting to have some levels of conflict with refugees, especially where land is concerned. That sometimes you find Ugandans themselves do not have enough land to till, and yet we have refugees. Then you also find in Uganda that we have communities that are constrained, that cannot even feed themselves, and yet we have refugees here who are well looked after. So that becomes an issue of development contradiction.
And Uganda is known for good hospitality as general, but the matter is all about also minding the standards of living of Ugandans. You cannot continue to invite as many neighbors and as many people as possible to your home when even your children, you can't feed them. This is exactly what we are trying to raise. That is high time we pulled resources to ensure that this ordinary Ugandan survives well, to ensure that this person has the key basics of living in a country. Those are the basic needs one needs to have. Things like clothing, things like food, things like talk about accommodation or where one has to have shelter. Do each and every person have such? So we are saying it's high time we stop inviting others. Let's continuously plan and see how best Ugandans can have medical care. They can have even social aspects. This is exactly why we don't need at this time to entertain other people.
Ensawo yaffe egenda kubimba olw'obuyambi obugenda okujja nga buva mu world agencies ez'enjawulo. Mpozi kye twetaaga ffe tufuniramu wa kyekibuuzo Munnayuganda kyalina okumanya nti ffe we tufuniramu obuyambi buno bwe buba buze bunaabeera bwerufu. Abafghanistan banaalyako ne Bannayuganda balyeko. Si Munnayuganda omu kulya ng'ate ffe tusigadde tubonaabona nga resources zaffe zikozesebwa, ettaka lyaffe bagenda ddirinnyirira n'obutonde bwennyini, kubanga ecological system omuntu w'abeera obutonde bwonooneka. Twalire ddala mu byalo kubanga bagenda fuuka ba tourist attractions. So bwe baba nga basikiriza amawanga amalala aganajjanga muno babatwalire ddala mu byalo ng'ebbaala eyo mu bibira, babatwale eyo nga Sironko, babatwale Nakapiripiiti, Kalamoja, nti bano abazungu bwe banaaba bazze nga banoonya abantu baabwe batuukeyo. Era ekinaavaamu tuyinza okufunamu nga batuwadde social amenities ng'enguudo, amasomero, amalwaliro, banks n'ebirala ebigwa mu koowa eryo. Naye bwe babateeka wano mu kibuga e Kampala tetufunamu. Bwe baba basse awantu wonna nga weebali, obutale bujja kufunika obw'emmere ey'abantu baffe. So ezo conditions ze tulina obassaako nti bwe baba bazze nga bagenze Kalamoja oba nga balina Kasongola, banaalya akalo, banaalya lumonde, banaalya muwogo, banaagula ente ezaffe n'embuzi bazisale, banaagula ebyennyanja, awo naffe we tubafuniramu nga batuwadde obutale.
Government spokesperson Chris Baryomunsi defends the move.
Uganda is known for its hospitality, and indeed Ugandans are known for hospitality, and that's why we host very many refugees, and we rank the second or third in terms of hosting big numbers of refugees. We have over 1.6 million refugees who are in Uganda, and we have a progressive policy on how we look after them. So that's why when we received the request to host refugees who were running away from distress in Afghanistan, we warmly opened our doors for them to come, because these are our brothers and sisters. Even when they are at a distance, but they remain human beings. And from a moral point of view, I think we are duty bound to receive people who are running away from danger. And therefore, our hosting of Afghanis is not necessarily for economic interests, but as just a human gesture that we are open to all those who are distressed, but also to show that in terms of international relations, that Uganda is respected. That's why the Americans would request us whether we can temporarily hold these people as they are prepared to be evacuated further to America or other destinations. So for us, we feel proud that people can express that confidence, and that we can also provide a helping hand to people who are running away from danger. That is Uganda. Even in our homes, in our communities, it is common that if a stranger comes and is in distress, is hungry, usually Uganda will give food, will accommodate this person even when you don't know him. So we are reflecting what Ugandans are, the spirit of hospitality, the spirit of brotherhood, and the helping somebody who is in distress. The Taliban government was actually authorizing the leaving of these refugees. In the first days, they opened the airport and allowed those who wanted to move out, and then at some point they closed. So they do not see it in the bad light that these Afghanis have run to different countries.
State Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Affairs, Henry Okello Oryem, says the move is good business for the Uganda hotel owners.
If we had brought 2,000 Afghans in this country, and they had taken over all these hotels which are empty, and we charged them $150 a night, and they stayed there for 3 months, 6 months, so what? Dollars will be rolling every day in these hotels which are empty now. Dollars will be rolling, plus every day. Now we are scaring them off. Oh, they are terrorists. Oh, there is. Let us go to other countries. Other countries welcome these people in big numbers. Even countries which are rich. Qatar got more than 10,000 of them. Qatar here, which is very rich. All the hotels in Qatar are full. We could have made some money. But it doesn't matter. If Uganda don't want them, we've got 51. Let us give them Nange. This is Uganda. I think we could have done better. But I'm just a small minority.
That is the pulse of our legislators and a few Ugandans on the implication of Uganda hosting Afghan evacuees on the Ugandan soil. to have your say? Please visit our YouTube channel below your screen. Story compiled by Maria Wamala for Vision TV.